Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Anlex TV, where flavor meets soul. My name is Annie B, and you read the caption in today's video. If you know what a Jamaican beef patty is, we have made a Jamaican pork patty. Of course, you can use beef, you can use shrimp, you can use just vegetables if you'd like, but this came out absolutely delicious. The crust was nice and flaky and crispy. Ooh, so good. It had such nice flavor as well with that Jamaican curry powder. And then the pork in the inside was so tender and super flavorful with that cabbage. Listen, so good. Ain't nothing to it but to get into it. So here I am adding my ingredients for the pastry. So this is the Jamaican curry powder that I'm using, and in this bowl I am whisking together flour, salt, sugar, and the Jamaican curry powder. And then here I have, and once you whisk that together, you're going to add in some cold unsalted butter, and then you're going to go ahead and either use your fingers or a fork and press that butter into the flour until it looks or resembles crumbs, breadcrumbs. All right, just like that. And then you want to slowly add in some ice cold water. All right, this all of this is helping with the flakiness of that crust. All right, the cold water, the cold butter, all of that helps with how flaky the crust is going to come out. So you're going to slowly add that in. And now you're just working that cold water in. Then you're going to shape this into a disc. And then we're going to go ahead and refrigerate this for about 30 minutes to an hour. Please keep in mind, I will have the measurements, the full recipe down in the description box below. And in the meantime, how is everybody doing? I pray that you all are doing well. And I thank every single one of you for tuning in. Yes, I do. So here I turned it into a disc S shape. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop it in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour. And then now I'm prepping the filling. So I'm just dicing up some onions. I have half a white onion here that I'm going to dice up. Then we're going to go ahead and get that in a pot. A little bit of oil, not too much oil now. Get that in a pot, saute that up. I'm adding in some Scotch bonnet pepper because you know I like it hot. Just omit the Scotch bonnet. If I had minced the garlic, I would have added it in there, but I'm out of minced garlic for now. So here I'm using this Jimmy Dean pork sausage. It's just ground pork made into a log. And I'm going to go ahead and add that in after sauteing my onions and Scotch bonnet pepper for a bit. You want to brown that meat. You can also use beef. Use what you like, use what you have. I always use what I have. If I had beef, I may have used it, but I didn't. So now I'm seasoning it up with paprika, have some all-purpose seasoning, some complete seasoning, some ground allspice, some Italian seasoning that I'm really using because it has thyme in it, and I didn't have time. Some garlic powder, and then you're going to go ahead and give that a nice saute mix in your skillet. Added some ground black pepper. This mixture was so good. And now I had some leftover coleslaw mix, and I wanted to bulk up the pork. So initially I was just going to add the pork, but I wanted to bulk it up. It wasn't enough pork. So then I added in the half of a bag of coleslaw mix. And when I say this was such a good option, oh my goodness, it came out so good. I could eat this just like that by itself with some rice. So good. All right, so now I'm adding in some soy sauce. Give that a mix. This was very good. I kept snacking. You know when something's good while you cook? And sometimes I don't eat until well after I cook. But in some instances, I need to snack. Shout out to my girl, Spice Queen, Michelle A. I need that kitchen snack sometime. All right, so here's my dough after it has been in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour. We're going to go ahead and roll it out to about 1/8 inch. Now, I could have rolled my dough out thinner. Honestly speaking, I could have rolled it out thinner. Mine was not too thick, but a little more thick than I would have wanted it to be because I can be a perfectionist when I'm cooking. However, it came out so good that I did not mind. I was like, okay. But do have yours rolled out thin. It makes the crust even flakier. All right, so now I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of this filling into each of these discs that I made. And I just used, you want the disc to be about 6 to 8 inches. All right. And I used a top of a pot. I saw my mother do that and I was like, ooh, I'm going to do that. So I used the top of one of my small pots and to make, to measure out these circles for the pastry. Ghetto. Anyway, fill it in, fold it over. All right. You've been doing half moon shape, and they're going to use a fork to press down the sides. So simple. This is a very simple recipe. Okay, now I'm not much of a baker, although I'm continuing to practice my baking and get more into it little by little. But this was so simple. I'm actually starting to enjoy baking more and more and more. It's the satisfaction you get when your dough and your pastry comes out good. All right, so here's my egg wash. It's just an egg and some water, scrambled or mixed, and then you're gonna brush that over the top, and that helps create a nice golden brown crust. All right, pop that in the oven, and look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. This was hot, burning up my fingers, so good. Look how beautiful these look. And that's the Jamaican curry powder that gives it that nice golden color, as well as the egg wash. Such a beautiful pastry. Again, I would have rolled it out thinner, but sometimes I'm just a little too, I'm rushing just a little bit. But look at how good that looks. So juicy, so flavorful. The flavors was robust. Yum, yum, yum. Let me know down in the comment section if you would try this recipe, even if you had to use ingredients other than pork. I know a lot of people are not pork eaters. Let me know down in the comments below if you would eat this. What did you think of the recipe? Let me know. And again, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless and peace.